Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. I hope so that the video is a bit better from yesterday, right? Yesterday we were just using a webcam. Today I'm sitting in the recording studio itself, so not just this particular portion of my face is visible as if I'm the Wizard of Oz, right? So no issues in that, right? Okay, great, awesome, guys. So how was your day, guys? How was your day? Was your day good, great, amazing? What is the scenario right over there? How was your day, guys? Was your day good, great, amazing? What is the scenario? Great, good, awesome, hectic. Okay, that's also good. Hectic is also good. Okay. Okay. What else, guys? What else? Anybody boring because of rain? Rain is always good, Anjali. I guess. Like for me, I don't like rain because I have a bike, and if I have to go from point A to point B, and if it is raining, and if it's an office thing, then it's just like fuck, but it's fine, right? Okay, good, awesome, guys, awesome. Good for you, not for me. Today was my DS practical. How did it go? Bored because of submissions. Which bike do you have? I have an RR 310. That is the first bike. I never like I didn't knew how to ride a bike, so I bought the bike and I learned it in that particular bike itself. So yeah, I've kept the bikes since that little point of time. Okay, practical go well. That's good, Disha. Okay. Uh, and which car? I have a Mercedes-Benz GLA 200D from 2016. So that is a second-hand car that I'm having. It is better because in Bangalore traffic, if you scratch your car and if it's a new car, your heart just gives out. Like it's like so I just got a second-hand car, and I think so that is actually better. Like even if there are some scratches, it's fine, right? Okay. Okay, so guys, so shall we start the today's class, guys? Today we'll try to cover up a little bit about data types. Okay, not a lot. See guys, I have no intentions on wasting a lot of time teaching you guys just C++ because it's shit. Okay, and I believe in this, that if you are spending any more than 10 hours learning a programming language, any more than, okay, if you are studying a programming language for 3-4 hours, it's fine, okay, but any more than 10 hours, if you guys are going to like spend on just data structures and algorithms, sorry, on just programming language, any programming language, guys, you are actually wasting your time. So I will be sharing with you guys in the current module itself. Sir, I haven't got last bootcamp certificates. I am not sure, Sanjeev, if the last bootcamp certificates have been released or not. I will have to check up with my team, so I'll be able to let you know by tomorrow. But according to my knowledge, the certificates were going to be released in yesterday itself, but I'm not very sure of it. Let me check on LinkedIn. Maybe sometimes what happens is people who get their certificates share it on LinkedIn as well, so I will be able to verify from right over there if the certificates have been released or not. So let me just open my LinkedIn right over there. People usually tag me up whenever they post the certificates, so let me just check right over here, notifications. Okay, Python and machine learning. Python and machine learning was the last bootcamp, right? If I'm not wrong. Python and machine learning was the last bootcamp, if I'm not wrong. Can anybody like confirm that for me? Hello guys, I need your help. Is Python and machine learning the name of the last bootcamp? So if I am able to see from right over here, the certificates have been released. People have posted the certificates on LinkedIn. So certificates have been released. If you are still not able to find the certificates, please do check up on your spam email. Okay. Sometimes what happens is the certificate lands in your spam email itself. If you're still not able to find the certificate, I'll suggest take up a like a particular copy of your attendance, like screenshots of your attendance, and email it to us at certificate, not s, okay, singular, certificate at @devtown.in with your credentials, which email did you use, which phone number, which name, etc., and our team will verify that once more. But usually this is an automated process, so there shouldn't be any kind of problems with that. Okay. How will we get the certificates, sir? If you have attendance, on the basis of that you will get the certificates. Those who are writing present, sir, in the live chat, they never get the certificates. I'm very sorry to tell you guys this, but if you guys are writing present, sir, in the live chat, that means that you are not attending the boot camp, that means you are not listening to me in the boot camp, and it automatically marks you as absent. Like, sorry, I can't do anything about it. So if you guys are writing present, sir, in the live chat, do not complain it to me in my next boot camp that, sir, I did not get certificates, sir. Sorry guys, sorry. You are writing present, sir, and I will not be repeating this again, because भैंस के सामने धूम बजाने से क्या ही होगा. The people who are not even able to understand don't write present, sir, how are they going to learn something like data structures and algorithms? I think so teaching them English would be very difficult for me as well. So let's start with our today's class. Okay. Okay guys, so like I said, today we'll start with a little bit of what the fuck was I going to teach? Yeah, a little bit of data types, and then we'll proceed further with something called as arrays. Okay, that is our target for today, guys. I'll just pop up your chat right over there, so that if I say something funny, I am able to see the reactions, and if somebody is not able to understand what I'm teaching, I'm able to help them out as well. Okay, so let's start with something right over here. What should I start? I need to get a C++ online compiler. Okay, same thing as yesterday, C++ online compiler. I'll just click on the first one that is there. Again, that is up to you guys. Dark mode, thank you so much. So now developers don't use light mode usually, they prefer to use dark mode. Okay, so what line of code is missing in this particular code? Can somebody let me know from our yesterday's class? From our yesterday's class, we have learned something. Okay, what line of code is missing in this particular code, guys? Can somebody let me know? Yesterday we learned a new line of code, right? On that was included in this. Can you guys tell me what line of code is missing in this particular code itself, guys? Using namespace std. Very good. Not sexually transmitted diseases, but standard. Okay. So let's use that right over there, using name space namespace std. Okay, so now that we have put up it right over there, we don't require the std, so we'll just remove that. Now we'll start learning about the different data types that are present inside of C++. The most and we are going to talk about the most simplest of the data types. We are not going to go into the complicated data types that are there. Now first let's try to understand what is data types, right? Like I've already told you guys yesterday, there are different kinds of data that exists all around you. Okay, some are numbers, some are decimal values, some are text based data. So in every single programming language, see, if all the programming language had the same rules, had the same data types, and every same things was the same itself, we won't be requiring so many different programming language, right? So every programming language classifies, categorizes these data into various different types, and this differs from one particular programming language to another. Okay, you cannot be sure that, okay, I have learned Java, so whatever Java has the data types, JavaScript will also have that, Python will also have that, Go will also have that, C Sharp, everything will have that. No, every programming language is different, guys. So right over here, guys, we'll start with some of the easiest data types that are there. We're not going to go into a lot of depth. The first particular data type that is there is called as the integer data type, or the int. Okay, integer data type or the int. Okay, int. Who the fuck is telling you that our full stack course is at 11,000? हम खुद नहीं करते हैं। नहीं नहीं, dimensions, I think so you have some wrong information. It is 6,000 actually. It was earlier 7,500. We have reduced it down to 6,000. Okay, so if you want, you can just let me know your name in the live chat. Somebody from DevTown will be able to help you out with that. Okay, so right over here, guys, integer, as you are able to see, and so you declare, we have already studied about int, right, yesterday, and whatever the variable name is, let's keep it as x, okay, is equals to 10. Okay, so integers, like mathematics, can contain numbers that can be both positive or negative as well. Okay, for example, int x can be equal to 10, int x can be equal to negative 10 as well. That is what integers are. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Yes, no, what is the scenario, guys? Integers, simple, sweet. I'm not forcing you guys to understand it a lot, but simple stuff, are you able to understand it? Yes? You guys are smart, man. Smart. Great. Okay, the next is character. Okay, the next is character. CHAR, character, guys. Character y is equals to, character basically stores a single letter inside of it, guys. Okay, character basically stores a single letter inside of it. Okay. For example, you are having a, okay, that is a character. You can have the h, that is also a character. You can have a space, that is also a character, right? You can have a number, that is also a character, but only one thing. Okay, only one thing. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know. uh Dynamicians, please email me your problem with the proof and everything at shaurya.sinha@devtown.in. That is my email ID, personal email ID. You email me your problem with all the proof and everything attached right over there at shaurya.sinha@devtown.in. If you don't know what is my spelling, in the thumbnail of the video you will be able to spot it. Okay, so char y is equals to 9. Okay, like I said, guys, again and again, it will only contain a particular character inside of it. It can be anything. Okay, it can be anything right over there. Next, you are having string. String z is equals to any kind of special, like any kind of sequence of characters, you can put it inside of it. Okay, so Shaurya Rakesh Sinha. Okay, so that is my full name. It can contain numbers inside of it, it can contain special characters inside of it can contain spaces inside of it, anything that you want, anything. Okay, so right over here, that is your string data type itself. Then you are having your bool data type, okay, or boolean data type itself. Bool, let's say a is equals to, so bool is basically what stores true or false value. I think so. Yeah, can we store special characters inside of char? Absolutely yes. In character, you can also store special characters, but only one. Okay, you cannot store multiple special characters right over there. Character means character. Character means only one, guys. Okay. I'm very sorry. Thank you so much, Vikram. That was my mistake right over there. I was just string string. Sorry. It needs to be complete string, guys. It needs to be complete string. Okay. So bool, I think so. You guys have studied about boolean inside of physics, if I'm not wrong. I think so. You guys have studied boolean. Bye bye. I got attacked by a small kid right now. So yeah. Okay, so like I said, guys, we are having our Boolean. You might have already studied about it in maths or physics, right? Ones and zeros, and gate, or gate, nor gate, XOR gate. I don't remember all the different gates, but yeah, the same thing also exists inside of our programming as well, that is C++, inside of which you can store values that is true or false, okay, or FALSE. Now one thing to notice right over here is that if I change the true to capital TRUE, that is wrong. That is not going to work, guys. That is not going to work, because C++, like most of the programming language, is a case sensitive programming language. What it means is, for C++, a capital TRU is different and a small TRUE is different. For C++, a capital T and small t are two different things. These are not one and the same, guys. These are not one and the same. Okay, so even while creating variables as well, if you are using a small x or a capital X, that means they are two different variables, two different variable names, two different variables as well. Okay, so please do remember, C++ is a case sensitive programming language. Then you are having something called as float. Okay, float b is equals to, the floats basically store your decimal values. Okay, for example 3.14, or negative decimal values as well, there is no issues in that. Okay, negative decimal value as well, that is also fine. So floats are meant to store negative values. There are other, some of the other data types as well, but I'm not going to go into a lot of depth inside of it, otherwise you guys will get confused. I want to keep it as simple and plain as possible. Okay, are you guys able to understand these data types, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand these data types? Because once you are able to understand this, I will immediately start with arrays, because that is what I want you guys to focus upon. There is a lot to cover up right over there. And anything new coming up, I will be teaching you guys, because yes, people will be saying, so what about if else statements? What about for loops, a loop, o loop? Guys, be patient, don't worry. Okay, whenever we will need to use something, I'll explain it to you right over there. Instead of first explaining it to you, then using it, and then again explaining it. Okay, I want to make sure that we are having some kind of like less time, right? Okay, float basically means decimal values you want to store right over there. Any kind of decimal value. I hope so. Decimal values you have already studied, right? Okay. Okay, so let's get started right over there, guys. Let me share my screen with you guys first of all. Why string is not colored in yellow? So that might be a problem with the online IDE. Usually, if you're using something like VS Code, string will also get colored. Okay. Okay. So right over here, guys, let's start. I think string header file is not included. That is also true, but I think so. The main particular problem that might be there is because of the fact that their IDE does not include it automatically. Usually, right now, most of the IDEs that exist automatically includes it. So I don't know why it is not including it right now. Okay. Okay. So shall we start, guys? Please let me know. In C, you have to get a header file, but in C++, you actually don't need it. Okay, so right over here, guys, arrays, right? Uh, how can I explain it to you guys? So an array is basically, so let's first understand something. What is data structures? Okay, so all these data types that we have studied right now, right? Think about these data types as various shapes. Let's assume integer is a cuboid. Okay, the small child is making a lot of nuisance. Okay, so right over here, guys, like I said, think about these data types as different shape, guys. Okay, so integer as a cuboid. Okay, then your strings as a particular cylinder, your particular, let's say, floats as a trapezium itself. So different structures, different shapes are there right over there. Okay, so now usually what is going to happen is that you would like to organize, okay, collect and carry these particular shapes from one place to another, and that is, you will require a bucket, right, a container to carry all these particular shapes. You need to organize it properly, you need to carry it from one place to another, you require a bucket, and these buckets are basically what is called as data structures. Okay, data structures basically help you organize and carry data from one place to another. Okay, now one of the most simplest data structures that exist is called as arrays in C++. Okay, arrays. Okay, arrays in C++. Now array is actually a very simple data structure. It basically states that you are having something of a pattern like this, in which there are individual spots in which you are basically putting your values. Okay, for example, here I'm putting 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, or you want to put characters, you can put A, B, C, D, E. You can think about arrays as a particular society. Okay, this is a society, guys. This is the road of the society. Okay, this is the particular board of the society. Okay, let's say that the array name is let's say C. No, C is a very bad name. What should we name this array? We'll name it as ARR. That is the name of the array. So the name of this particular society is also ARR. That is the name of this society. Now this society, what it is going to contain is houses. Like every single society, there are going to be houses right over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there are 5 houses inside of this particular society. Inside of each of these houses, you are having some value present right over there. For example, here you are having A value, here you are having the B value, here you are having the C value, here you are having the D value, here you are having the E value. Basically, these are the people living in these houses, the value that it contains. But if I say, okay, if I go to a post office and I say that I want to send a letter to the house of person C, what will the post office do to me? If I do this, if I go to a post office and I say that I want to deliver something to the house of the person C, what is the post office going to do to me? They're going to remove their chappals and they're going to beat the crap out of me. Why? Because bhai, we need an address, a unique address, so that we are able to reach to that C person's house. Okay, today he is living right over there, tomorrow he will be living somewhere else. How do we know? We need a unique address. So for that particular reason, you have something called as index inside of your C++. Now, just like many other programming language, C++ is also a zeroth indexed language. What does zeroth indexed language mean? Basically that it starts counting from 0. It starts counting from 0, guys. Okay, so if A is present right over here, although we will say that this is the first house, but according to, so this is like the house number, right? Every house in this society will have a house number as well. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Every number will have a house number to identify that house. That is what index is, house number. Okay, so the first house will have the index of 0 because C is a zeroth index programming language. It starts counting from 0. So this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4. Similar to that, here as well, this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4. Now, if I want to send something to the person at the house of C, I can access this house by writing that, okay, the address for that house is in the society array, in the society ARR. I want to get the house with the number 2. I want to get the house with the number 2. This refers to the value stored at the house with the number 2, that is C. Are you guys able to understand what is arrays and what are indexes? We will be seeing this practically as well, guys. Don't worry about that. Okay? But still, I wanted to understand from you guys that if you are able to understand, relate both the examples right over here of a society and an actual array. Okay, because just making you guys understand why an array, I thought that that might be a bit difficult for those who are very new to programming itself. So I thought that I will just use the society example. I love this example. It is very easy to understand. Okay, so let's start by trying to create an array first. Okay, why it starts with 0? Why do we start counting from 1? I don't know. Similar to that, C++ starts counting from 0. Okay, so right over here, guys, I'll remove all this from right over here. And we are going to start creating our array. Now, this array is going to create a we are going to have characters inside of it. So while creating the array, just like when we were creating variable names as well, we will have to first tell what is the data type of the objects that are going to be present in this array. What is the data type of the objects that are going to be present in this array, guys? Okay, we need to start from right over there. So our array, what data type does it contain? What are the data type of the items that it contains, guys? What are character, right? So we'll have to declare it as a character itself. Now I think so that is pretty simple because we have created integer type things as well. So I don't think so that is going to be a big problem for you guys. So right over here, you just have to mention char, right? char, that is character, and then we have to mention the name of the array, that is ARR. Then we have to mention a particular bracket. Okay, this is how you basically say that this is a array named as ARR. That is how you create an array in C++. This is an array, okay, named as ARR, having the items present inside of it, having a character, like data type of character itself. Okay, then you have to equal it to whatever array you want to create. So you will have to use a your curly braces itself right over here, and we'll create A, comma B, comma IO, give me a sec, guys, comma C, comma D, comma E. Okay, so this is our array. We have created our array right over here. Let's see what happens if I do cout less than ARR 2. What do you think will get printed out on our screen, guys? This is how you create an array, guys. If you were confused how to create an array, you just write what is the data type of the array, you mention the name of the array, and this is how you mention how to create an array itself is equals to whatever array you want to create inside of a curly braces. So if we run this, we are getting C as our output, guys. Okay, can't we store values of different data types in the same array? No, we can't do that. Okay, good, awesome, guys, awesome. Now we have seen this, right? If I do If I want to print the first particular value, I'll have to do ARR0. If I want to print all the values, right? If I want to print all the values right over there, I'll have to do something like this, then go space, then this, then ARR, then 1, and then so on and so forth. So for printing all the values, as you're able to see, what is the only thing that is changing right over there? For print, if I want to print all the particular values that are there inside of the array, what is the only thing that is changing right over there, guys? Please let me know. What is the only thing that is changing right over here, guys? The index value is the only thing that is changing. So instead of doing something like this, ARR0, then quotation mark, then ARR1, then quotation mark, then ARR2, then quotation, it's a very big process, right? What if there was a way of like printing out all the values in the array much more easily? What if there was a way for that? And that way is what we call as loops. Okay, as the name suggests, loop basically means to do one thing again and again and again. Like he's just stuck on a loop, right? He's doing the exact same shit again. He falls for a girl, he gets on with her, she cheats on him, he feels bad, he drinks, he comes out of it, he gets with another girl. He's in a loop right over here, right? The same thing right over here inside of coding as well. If you try to do one thing, the same thing you want to do again and again and again, that is called as loops. Let's see what do we want to do right over here. Let us go back to the drawing board. So for us, what we want to do is we want to do cout less than ARR I less than space. Okay, this is what we want to do. We want to do this again and again, but we want our value of I to start from 0 and go up till where? Think about it, guys. For our array, let me draw it out for you guys once again. A, comma B, comma C, comma D, comma E. We want our I to take up what values, guys? We want our I to take up values from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Why not 5? Because that does not exist. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is indexing. It starts from 0, right? Although there are 5 elements, the index is only till 0. So you want to find a way in which we are able to do this for these 5 times. In each of the time, the only value that is being changed is I. The only value that is being changed is I. So if I want to represent that mathematically, I have something, programmatically, I have something called as the for loop. For int I is equals to 0. I have initialized I as 0. Right now, the value of I is 0 right now. Okay. I should be less than 5. The value of I should not even be equal to 5. It should be less than 5 always. Okay, so I'll just put these two right now so that I'm able to explain it to you guys. The third thing I'll put it on later on. Okay, I want to do just one particular thing, that is cout less than ARR I less than location. So what is going to happen is that I will get when the C++ reaches this line of code, okay, it will create a variable called as I that will have the value. It is also called as iterator. Okay, the technical name of I is called as iterator. Okay, so I will initially be equal to 0. The value of I will initially be equal to 0. Is 0 less than 5? This is a condition that we are trying to check. This is initialization. Okay, this is your condition to be checked. Okay, why only for? Why not while? Because we have 7 days, we don't have 365 days to teach you everything. Okay, and I've just started teaching you for loop just 2 seconds ago. So I cannot teach for loop as well as while loop in together in 2 seconds. So both of these reasons are there. So I is equal to 0. Is I less is I less than 5? Is 0 less than 5? Absolutely yes. So I will execute this particular line of code with the value of I being equal to 0. Once I come back to this particular line, because this is a loop right now. Right now, the C++ is going to go round and round in this particular loop. Okay, round and round. It is going to go in this particular loop, guys. Round and round, round and round. So once it comes back to the first line, that is this particular for loop, right? This time we are going to have a third particular thing, that is increment. Okay, we are going to increment, or just updation, that would be the right thing itself. Here we are going to increment it. So I is equals to I plus 1. We are going to increase the value of I by 1. We're going to increase the value of I by 1. So initially it was 0, right? Initially it was 0 right over there. So now the value of I will be 0 plus 1, that is 1. That is the new value of I, guys. That is the new value of I, that is 1. Is 1 less than 5, guys? Is 1 less than 5? Yes, it is less than 5. Again, we'll go back inside of this. Again, we'll execute this particular line of code with the value of I being 1. Again, we'll go back to the first line. Again, we'll increase the value of I by 1. So it will become 2. Is 2 less than 5? Yes, it is less than 5. It will again go into a loop. Again, we'll increase the value by 3. Again, it will go into a loop. Again, it will increase the value by 1. Again, 4. It will again go into the loop. Now it will become 5. Now it will become 5, guys. Is 5 less than 5? No. That is when the loop will break. That is when the condition is not being met, that is when the loop will break, all the prints will happen, and then you can move on with the rest of your code. Okay, so we'll go back to our coding and we'll try to implement it right over here, guys. We'll have a for int I is equals to 0. I should keep it up together, it's taking up a lot of space. I is less than 5. I is equals to I plus 1. Okay, right over here we'll have a parenthesis. That is, what do we want to do in these loops? We want to do C out less than ARRI less than some space, and that's it. We are going to run this. Okay, we are going to run this, guys. As you're able to see, we are having A, B, A and then BA. Hi. Did I do any kind of shitty thing right over here? Oh, okay. Yeah. That is why I also got confused what happened right over there. Okay. So yeah, that is A, B, C, D, E, right? I had not commented out this particular line of code that I had already written. So that is the reason why I was like, fuck. Okay, it has been some time for me to have coded in C++, but I'm not that bad at C++ as well. Okay, so this is how we are able to print out the entire array right over here. Now, this is something that is very simple for you guys to understand, but usually you won't be writing it as I is equals to I plus 1. Instead of writing that, you can replace it with I plus plus. This is called as the increment operator. It will automatically increase it is the equivalent of writing I is equals to I plus 1. So it is the equivalent of writing that. If you want to do I is equals to I minus 1, so you can directly write I minus minus. This is the decrement operator. It will just decrease the value of I by 1. Okay, are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Why this? Okay, some people are having the question that why have I put this? Because if I don't put this, then between every single character that you will be printing, there will be no gap. You want some gap between two characters as well. You don't want A, B, C, D, E just printing out without having any spaces in between. So that is the reason why I put it up right over there. Are you guys able to understand up till this point of time, guys? Please let me know. Now another type of loop is called as the while loop. Okay, there is while loop, there is do while loop, but let's first talk about the while loop itself. So the while loop basically states that instead of you writing everything right over there, we'll be doing while I is less than 5. Okay, while I is less than 5, we are going to have C out less than. Okay, I'll just copy paste it. Why am I going to write it down once again? Control C, Control V, and then I plus plus, and we're going to declare I right over here. Int I is equals to 0. So while loop and for loop are the exact same thing. There is no difference between the two. It is just how you want to present it. It's as simple as that. I can call myself as Shaurya. I can call myself as Shaurya Rakesh. I can call myself as Shaurya Rakesh Sinha. There is no difference between all these three things, right? They are referring to the same person. So the difference between a for loop and a while loop is that just the way of arranging things is different. That's it. You initialize I is equals to 0 first, while I is less than 5. So that basically means that is where you're checking up the condition while I is less than 5. Then you are executing that particular line of code that you want to execute, and after that you are increasing the value of I by 1. The same thing we were doing right over here as well. Here we are presenting it a little bit different. That is the only difference right over there. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Now these are what are called as entry control loops, guys. Both of them are called as entry control loops. Why do you think it is called as entry control loops? Think about it. There is no programming behind it. Okay, there is no job for you to understand programming behind it. It is basic IQ, basic logic. Why do you think both these loops are called as entry control loops? This is just logical question, guys. This is not like you don't need to be like the top in programming to understand this particular question. Why do you think this is called as an entry control loop, guys? Because at the entry in both the loops you are having the condition. So if the value of I was 5, right, in both the cases, let the value of I be 5. At the entry itself it will get rejected. At the entry itself it will get rejected, and this particular line of code will never be run. It will never be run. The condition is checked first before you being allowed to run the loop. So the loop won't even run once. The loop won't even run once. Okay, because it is an entry control loop. There is another loop that exists that is called as the do while loop. As the name suggests, it is an exit control loop. Okay, so it basically means do this, that is, just copy paste this, Control C, Control V, and then while I is less than 5, and then just copy paste this particular line of code. Now this is the do while loop, guys. This is the do while loop. Now inside of the do while loop, because the condition is being checked at the last, guys, the condition is being checked at the last. So even if the value of I is equal to 5, even if the value of I is equal to 5, the loop will get executed at least once, because it will first run through this at least once and then only run, like, check if everything was working fine. Okay, I made some particular problem. I have declared the same particular value again and again. Okay, so I'll just remove this entire thing, comment it out. I have missed the semicolon at the end. Okay, I think so now it should run. Okay, great. So although there is nothing right over there, so it is not going to execute anything. But yeah, it will make it run at least once. That is the point. Okay, it will make it run at least once. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. And hence it is called as the exit control loop, guys, because it is being controlled at the exit. It is being checked only at the exit itself. Are you guys able to understand the difference between do while loop and the rest of the two loops, guys? Please let me know. Yes, awesome. You guys are so smart. You guys are so intelligent. That's great, guys. Okay. Uh, okay. So we'll stop right over here. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to look at some DSA based questions directly out of lead code related to arrays. Okay. We're going to learn a lot more things like pointers and everything that we're going to utilize to solve our problems as well. Some of them are going to be something that you can solve by logic. Some of them, but see, the point is it is just like maths. DSA is just like mathematics. No matter how many books that you read, no matter how many classes that you attend, the more that you practice, the better you get at maths. In the exact same way for DSA as well, the more that you practice data structures and algorithms, the more questions that you solve, the better you get at maths. So we'll start it from tomorrow itself, guys. We are also going to learn something about vectors. We are not just going to stay at arrays. I think so tomorrow we'll not be able to start with the question. I think so I have to first teach you guys a little bit more about what are vectors and how to use it and why vectors are beneficial than using arrays itself. And then we'll start with the DSA questions. Okay, so right now I'll give you guys the attendance link for today's class. Okay, give me a second. I'm getting a lot of throat pain as well. Arrays are like lists in Python. You can think about arrays in that particular way, but they have a lot of like differences as well. But yes, if you want to just understand it a little bit, then yes. Today you guys are going to get just 5 minutes to fill up your attendance. At exactly 9:08 I will be closing the attendance link, guys. At exactly 9:08 I'll be closing the attendance link. You are having 5 minutes to fill up your attendance. Please start filling up the attendance right now. At exactly 9:08 the attendance link will be closed. At exactly 9:08 the attendance link will be closed, guys. Please start filling up your attendance right now. Exactly 9:08 the attendance link will be closed. Please start filling up your attendance right now. The attendance link is in the live chat, guys. Like I said, at exactly 9:08 the attendance link will be closed. How to fill, sir? It is a fucking Google form. If you don't know how to fill up a Google form, I definitely suggest to you, so if you have a brother or sister in first or second standard, please sit with them. What is output? What is output to print? What the fuck? You are giving me the output as much as user wants. Hey, Shah, I think so. That is something that you should be doing. Why should I be solving your questions? And that is not a question. That is like a problem statement. That is not a query. You Google it up. Archana Vijay is saying you don't have Sinha, you don't have to worry. Okay, if in the case you have missed 1 or 2 attendance, you still get the certificates. But yeah, if you miss more than 1 attendance, then we'll not be able to give you guys the certificates. Okay. The attendance link is in live chat, guys. At exactly 9:08, the attendance link will be closed. Please start filling up your attendance right now. We'll meet in our tomorrow's class and we'll continue from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.